In this video, I'm going to describe a surefire way to increase your email subscribers and your overall following on social media. So I've been speaking on very organic tactics around building your list and making sales and marketing and stuff like that. And I'm noticing that we went through a phase where everybody tried to automate everything. And automation is great. Automation is great. Automation is needed. However, we're now entering back into an era where people want to connect with humans. Like when AI started to emerge, I think people started to realize that what they're connecting with could be artificial. And then AI became extremely, I would say, mainstream. And then people were like, oh, well, man, I've been connecting with stuff, but I want to connect with something that's more human. That's the reason why you're seeing on YouTube, there's this big trend where now people are just recording very natural videos. They're not editing the video. They're not putting all the flashy stuff. They're doing very natural videos because we as humans, we want to get back to those days where we are connecting with other humans. So I bring this up because if you want to increase especially your email list, here's a surefire way to do it, all right? And it might sound dumb, or not dumb. It may sound like basic, but there are a few layers to it. The surefire way to increase your email list and all that is to ask people for their email address. Ask people for the email address. Now, again, let me go back to this era that we went through. We went through an era where many of us entrepreneurs, we thought that all we got to do is just put a landing page out, and we have a title to it, and then we're like, oh, okay, cool. Everybody's going to come to my landing page, and everybody's just going to give me their email address. I'm going to send them some emails, and then 2 emails later, I'm going to make $1 million. And that's what we thought. And you know what? There was a little period of time when that was working. Now, it's a lot more difficult to connect with people in that manner. So what is happening now is you're finding mediums to engage, and then you're reaching directly out to them to say, hey, if you would like some of my exclusive content, I'd love to add you to my list. What's your email address? Would you be interested in learning how to do these things? Would love your email address. Let me know where I could send that information to. Or another conversational method to get the email address is, I noticed that you liked that video on this particular topic. What are some other things that you would like to hear me record videos on? What are some other things that you would like me to write about? What's some other information that you're seeking that you haven't been connecting the dots on? And you know what? Many of them are going to tell you. And when they tell you, you say, "Hey, well, if I were to create some of that type of content, would you be open to subscribing to my channel? Would you be opposed to subscribing to my channel?" Now, if you can get somebody to give you subject matters that they want to hear you record about, they're obviously going to give you their email address. I mean, I'll tell you this, it's been working for me for years. That's how I do it. I've been organically building my list by simply reaching directly out to people, asking them questions, and then saying, hey, well, I'd love to keep you updated. What's your email address? And you want to know what else that avoids? That avoids you getting to a point where you have a high unsubscribe rate within your email list as well. There are plenty of people that people will subscribe to a list simply to get an ebook or something, and then they'll immediately unsubscribe because they got what they wanted. I do it. I've done it. But when you have a brief conversation with someone, and it turns into them literally giving you their email address, it is way more difficult for them to say, hey, you know what, this isn't worth being on, especially if you're delivering value. All right. So again, there are plenty of ways to build your list. Some are very costly. some are very costly. If you are like I was years ago and how I am now, where I'm not spending 10,000 on ads a month. I'm not spending a lot at all. I'm spending a little bit on ads. But if you're not in a position to spend a ton of money on ads, it's up to you to organically build your list. And you know what? Even the people that are spending 10,000 and up on ads, they're organically reaching out to people as well. They're running ads. Anyone that comments, they're sending them DMs. They're automating the process where people will comment, and then what are they getting? A DM. All right, so I mean, if you want to build your list, you got to get in their messages. You got to engage directly with them, and the likelihood of them converting is going to be really high.